It's right now.
Coming up next on Live at 5.
Record low snowpack, but will we stay there? An expert weighs in about the path forward.
Just a couple minutes.
All right, sounds good, Kevin. Thanks. Well, it is the kind of record this state does not want to set. Record low snowpack.
Yeah, as of January 31st, Utah's snowpack was the lowest ever recorded on that date since scientists started tracking the data back in 1981. How worried should we be? Well, news specialist Andrew Adams looked into that. Andrew, what'd you find?
Well, the very practical answer I got is no, we won't run out of water this summer, but we get 2 back-to-back winters like this, and it could be bad. As it is, the expert I spoke to believes there will be a much greater push toward conservation the rest of the year, but definitely not a great situation that we're in. Even here in Big Cottonwood Canyon, only somewhat wintry looking to the south and really dry looking on the north side of the canyon. In fact, the hydrologist we spoke to with the National Weather Service said it's bleak. He says the kind of winter we've had so far, there's really only a 1% chance of seeing that in any given year. He put it into very simple terms exactly how far we're behind right now.
We're about 4 big statewide storms behind where we should be on this date. Last week it was 3. The forecast over the next 7 days maintains dry conditions. So by next week, we're going to be 5 big storms behind.
Hydrologist Glenn Merrill says based on historical data, the likelihood that we simply get back to average is only about 10%. However, he says it's also only about a 10% chance that we stay at record lows. He says the good news is computer models are showing a strong lean toward a change in the pattern by the middle of this month. That should bring a lot more precipitation. Well, he says, will that make it a good winter? Probably not. But based on the fact that we're at record lows right now, he says a 70% of normal type winter doesn't look all that bad. And he says there's about a 50-50 chance of that. Back to you guys.
All right, 50-50. All right, thanks, Andrew. Well, if you believe in
Straight up, our snowpack, the state of our snowpack for this date, it's at a record low. That's bleak.
Tonight, Utah in desperate need of winter storms. The dangers a lack of snow poses across the state. Plus, a state report card is in how Utah students are doing as the governor pushes for better reading levels. And a celebrity backing a Utah bill on AI safety. What he's saying about the measure as it makes its way through the state legislature. Right now on KSL-5 News at 6.
Live and streaming. This is KSL News at 6.
Good evening. Winter continues trending in the wrong direction to the point where the snowpack is at a record low in many areas all across the state.
We have team coverage digging into what we need to see in the forecast to fix this and if that's even possible. We start with Andrew Adams, who spoke with one of the state's foremost experts. Andrew?
Well, he tells me it's definitely not a good situation right now with the snowpack where it is at record lows, and certainly getting back to average for the year even, it's only about a 10% chance, but he does tell me there is hope on the horizon for at least leaving these record lows behind.
It's bleak.
Even in a place that's world famous for winter, the snow this year doesn't even stretch to the other side of the road.
The state of our snowpack for this date, it's at a record low.
Big Cottonwood Canyon, just one place where weather watchers say the snow is severely lacking, and it only gets worse down to the valley floor.
Pensacola, Florida has had as much snow as we have had for the month of January.
Glenn Merrill says Salt Lake City is getting trace amounts, where it should be getting buckets.
We're about 4 big statewide storms behind where we should be on this date.
And the dearth is expected to deepen over the next 7 days.
We get 90 to 95% of our water supply from the snowpack.
The hydrologist with the National Weather Service says Utah may get by regardless this summer.
We've got enough water for this year.
But that doesn't mean the dry pattern isn't a problem.
It's more, we need to conserve that water because we don't know yet what next winter is going to be like.
Merrill says the good news is computer models show the weather shifting by mid-month.
What we're looking for in the pattern change is to see this essentially become displaced over to here.
Even at that, he says the odds of simply getting back to an average snowpack are low.
10% chance.
A scenario where statewide snowstorms essentially stack up out of the blue into early spring.
We just need to turn the hose on, essentially. We just need that active pattern to set up and stay in place into early April.
While there is only that 10% chance of getting back to an average snowpack, he also says that there's only about a 10% chance of staying at these record lows. So if you're looking for optimism, he says there's about a 50% chance of getting somewhere in the range of 70% of average for the year. So there you go.
50%. All right, flipping coins here. Thank you much. Appreciate it, Andrew. Kevin, join us right now with our team.